Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another podcast episode made by Merit 25 Berlin. I'm your host, Alice, and today I'm joined by a very special comrade, a friend of mine, who you may know very well, actually, for activism on Palestine and on social justice at large. She's a human rights activist. She's an organizer here from the city of Berlin. And yeah, Yasemin, welcome to our little show. Nice to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing the show. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here today and to talk to you.
Great. Yeah, I mean, you're in a very special place right now, actually. You're on the Handala, which is a boat that is on its way to Gaza soon, to break the siege of the Israeli occupation in Gaza. This is a boat that belongs to the organization, the Freedom Flotilla, who's chartering the mission. And yeah, you have joined them very recently. Actually, I think you just got recently on the boat. So yeah, actually, I wanted to ask you first, like, how do you feel right now? How is it to just just start your mission?
So yeah, we are going toward Gaza. So the boat arrived yesterday. We welcomed it with big flags and with local groups that are also advocating for Palestine here in Malta. And I'm on the boat at the moment, as you can see. I can show you a little bit. This is where we are working, where we are doing our media work, and
how many people are with you on the boat?
We are 16 people. We have a cook, we have an engineer, we have a lawyer, we have our captain from Finland, and we are traveling under the Norwegian flag. And Handala has been, traveling for months and stopping at different harbors, advocating for Palestine, doing lots of work around awareness about Palestine. And how I'm feeling right now, as I told you before, I'm really hot. It's really hot here. And in this little cabinet, it's even more hot. We don't have an AC here. But I'm feeling very hopeful in general. Very, very hopeful. Yeah.
So you and the other activists who are on board, as you said, you're going to Gaza, and your mission is basically to break the siege. It also says it nicely on your shirt, basically. Can you explain what that means? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, I mean, for many years, there's a blockade around Gaza. Aid, food, water has been controlled by Israel. And with the ongoing genocide, it's even worse. People are not able to leave Gaza. They're basically trapped. So nothing goes out, nothing goes in. This includes very, very important and much needed aid. And with this mission, we are aiming to raise awareness and to show the world that direct action is needed in the face of this brutal genocide. And by going toward Gaza, we want to bring attention to the illegal siege on Gaza, supported by Western governments. So we are also showing the complicity of Western governments on the siege.
Absolutely. Also by being such an international team, like you, for instance, I believe you're the only German citizen on this mission, which is very special, considering the German position of our government, being notoriously on the wrong side of history again. So I think the German government is first of all going to see what you're doing, and are you trying to prove something also towards them? Do you have a certain message to the German government?
I'm not proving anything to the German government, because we don't have to prove anything to the German government. It's very visible that they're committing once again a genocide. No, I'm not trying to prove them anything. I'm going to try with every work that I'm doing to put pressure. Political pressure on these very genocidal leaders in Germany. And I'm trying to change the narrative here, because at the moment we are seeing the narrative, also, like, I think it's worth mentioning, the German media is complicit in this genocide, as well as the government, right? They're working hand in hand. So the narrative around Gaza and Palestine, at the moment in Germany, we see it's all around anti-Semitism. Like, anti-Semitism has been imported to Germany, and Germany is just washing their hands clean, not taking accountability over what they have done and over its history. So this mission is really to move international people to take direct action, to speak more about Palestine. You know, we're all speaking about Palestine for a very long time, even before 7th of October. Of course, at the moment, in the face of the genocide, which is a brutal attack on Palestinians in Gaza, more people are talking about it, which is a great thing. But we have to continue. But also, we have to continue to put pressure, because we're seeing since 10 months, even though we are talking, even though we're doing so many things in various countries, nothing is changing. It's even getting worse. So I believe that direct action is very necessary and important than ever.
So you see it basically as something, considering more active civil defense strategies, something like next to boycotting, maybe like an active duty of us as German citizens, you as a German citizen, to go on this mission and to represent basically your state in a different way, and to say, no, we want the siege to end, we want the blockade to end.
Absolutely, not in my name. I am a German citizen and I do not condone what they are doing. I condemn Germany for what they are doing to Palestinians. We are counting thousands of murdered children. We are counting thousands of murdered mothers and fathers. And this is, basically for me, Germany has the blood of Palestinians on its hands. And they can never reverse that. The only thing they can do, they can stop sending weapons. They can stop supporting this genocide or perpetuating this genocide, so to say, and they can start putting more pressure on Israel to end this genocide. But what we are seeing instead, Germany is for me, they are perpetuating this genocide. It's like they're clapping for it, and they're saying anything necessary we will provide to a very genocidal and right-wing state.
Absolutely. So obviously, like you already said it, like you're facing pressure from several governments, like for instance, the German government and the Israeli government, also in your mission, right? So the Handala already faced several obstacles. So can you talk a little bit about this, and also what you do to resist that pressure, and maybe also how can we mobilize more support in order for you and for breaking the siege?
I think what people can definitely do is to talk about this project and make it more visible. As we all know, especially in Germany, we don't have media outlets that speak about this. They don't speak about Palestine in a way they should. They don't speak about it to show what really is going on. Instead, they're hiding the truth. And they're spreading lies and propaganda to shape the public opinion, right, in a very manipulative way. Of course, governments don't want us to go there. I mean, obviously, right? We're seeing that in Germany. It is even enough to go on the streets to protest peacefully. Even that they don't want. So what makes any one of us think that they would be happy that we are going toward Gaza? But we as civilians, as international people, are saying that we are not that we are not okay with that, and that we will do anything necessary to break the siege and to oppose the oppressor. Right? It is a humanitarian act, actually something that the government should do. Are now civilians doing, or at least trying to do? That's the mission. And this is it's very clear that these governments are not about humanitarianism. They are not about international law. They are not about human rights laws. They are about profiting from the genocide in Gaza. And what makes us think that this will not swap over to the West Bank? I mean, we also have to talk about the West Bank. I mean, things are happening there as well. I think at the moment that there are over 200 murdered Palestinians, and then we're seeing in the German media for months For months, demonstrators, activists have been asked to condemn Hamas. If we think about the leader in the West Bank, Palestinian leader, he has condemned Hamas right at the beginning. Did that change anything? Did that stop the killings in the West Bank? No. So Germany really, really has to think about the way they're questioning what we are trying to accomplish, right? What we are trying to accomplish is to let people in Gaza know that we are in solidarity with them, that we see them, and that we are with them, and that we will do really, and I'm continuously repeating this, but we are really willing to do anything necessary to do those things that the governments cannot do, saving lives, right? Especially Germany.
Yeah.
Germany has been so big about, we don't want to send weapons to conflict zones. These were their campaigns, you know. The voters were told exactly these sentences, and those parties that have said these things and promised these things, not to send any weapons to conflict zones, are the same parties that are fueling this genocide. So I think it is our duty to do something against that, and we are doing that by taking direct action.
Yeah, there's like this one quote that I'm always being remembered by, which is solidarity is a verb. So we have to actively practice it. We have to actually do it. And then, yeah, you see the statements by Olaf Scholz or by the government at large, which are just like repeating talking points, you know, they're like almost like internet bots, you know, that just repeat the same thing irrespective of the circumstances. And yeah, so yeah, that's why it's unbelievably important that international activists and especially people like you are on this mission, because you get to change that narrative a little bit. Did you face actually any pressure from the German government before attempting this mission, or did you do anything to
No, I mean, they cannot stop me. I'm not doing anything illegal. We are on international waters. It is our right. I mean, we are not doing anything wrong here. Why would they stop us? I mean, they can only stop us because what they're doing in international waters is illegal. We are not doing anything illegal. They are doing something illegal. So if they would pressure me or if they would try to stop me, that would show that they are wrong. They can't. I have rights as a German citizen and as a human being. And I'm fully aware of that. And I'm going to use my rights to be in solidarity with Palestinians.
Absolutely. So looking forward, what do you believe needs to happen in Germany and the broader international community at large to challenge the siege? So we have you going, but besides that, like maybe we can come back to this, like how can we best, besides like raising awareness of this, what else can we do? What else can we do to challenge the siege, maybe actively from home here?
Honestly, I think, protesting is a good thing. We have to stay visible. Because as I mentioned before, the media is not doing that work. Our politicians are not doing that work. Not just our politicians in Germany, but you see it in many Western countries that are very much complicit in this genocide. So it is in our hands to bring about change by, again, direct actions. You know, there are things like no harbor for genocide. Then there is the Freedom Flotilla. Then there are so many other direct action groups that hurt capital. You know, because we have to understand one thing about the Western world. Delivering weapons to continue a genocide is also good for the economical growth of a country. In my opinion, totally wrong. I'm sure we all feel the same about that. But for them, it's economical growth, it's money. They're trying to profit from this. They all have an interest in this and in other conflicts and wars. You know, that is why wars are being committed, right? That is why so many civilians have to lose their lives so that others can eat. And that is wrong.
Yep.
that the scale is like this, and it shouldn't be like this, because there are resources for everyone if it's fair, right? But the Western world is not fair, has never been fair. Colonialism, imperialism, capitalism, these are all things built on hard labor, on the labor of and lives of normal people. So in order to challenge that, we have to hurt their pockets, right? For them, it's all about money. So direct action that interrupts certain things, I think that's a great thing. And I think, we should take more action. We should be more informed about what's going on. For example, No Harbor for Genocide, there are fuel tanks going to Gaza, to Israel. That could be stopped. I mean,
you just made a really good link that actually responds basically to a critical question that I wanted to ask you after, which was, I wanted to ask you, so how would you respond to critics that say your mission might be ineffective or symbolic, but you just made the link basically by saying like, but by stopping the siege, like the military industrial complex and is in there, like anti-capitalism, it has to be connected. So resistance against war means resistance also against capital. We need anti-war means anti-capitalism. So these things are connected, because the reason why this war machine is basically going is because so many people profit from it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, and I've heard like many people saying, "Are you crazy? Why are you doing this? Is it even worth it? You can be of more use in Germany." But in my belief, I have a choice that I can make. Palestinians don't. They don't have freedom of movement, And I say this: we are all born and given the same rights. But certain nations or Palestinians don't have this right. There are people living in Gaza, born and raised in Gaza, hadn't seen anything of Palestine. I mean, imagine that. I imagine myself being trapped in Berlin, right? Surrounded by Nazis. It's mind-blowing, and we should not minimize this. We should be outraged. We should be angry, and we should be very radical about what we are doing. Because being radical is not the radicalism that the Western media talks about, which they always connect to Islam, which is very Islamophobic, right? In the face of a genocide, you have to be radical. You have to be radical about wanting to stop it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you just mentioned, the siege in Gaza is going on not only since October 7th, this has been going on for years, right? Like, can you maybe explain a little bit more?
1967, we have an ethnic cleansing that has started in 1948 and displaced millions of Palestinians that are now living in the diaspora, which this diaspora is also under attack. Let's not forget, Palestinians outside of Palestine are also targeted. And we are seeing this now. We are seeing this during the genocide. But Palestinians have a story. Palestinians in Germany have a story. There are Palestinians that have been waiting for their papers, for a passport, for German passports for 20 years. During this genocide, there are laws around that now people have to sign a paper, right? Either acknowledging the existence of Israel or the right to exist, or also letting them know that you're of Palestinian descent. This is a no-go. So 1948, the ethnic cleansing has started way before, we know that this has even started before 48. And 1967, siege on Gaza, the attack on Gaza, the occupation of Gaza, right? And because the international community has not raised their voices for so long, is the only reason that this genocide can happen like this. Because if we think about this genocide, the history of genocide, so many there are in other nations genocides happening right now. What we are seeing today with social media, with being connected, globalization means that we are connected to the whole globe. We are seeing a genocide live streamed. And this makes it worse because we are seeing it. So no one can say, I don't know. Everyone knows. And everyone who knows and looks away and doesn't do anything about it is just as complicit in this genocide.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. And I mean, so the mission that you joined, or let me start differently, the mission to break the siege that has also been gone for a while now. This is one of the, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the second big attempt to do this. There has been an attempt about 10 years ago, where the Handala, or like where a boat went to Gaza. Can you tell us a little bit what happened there? Or how?
I was just going to show you. Let me show you something, okay? This is the back of the t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Of course, you won't be able to see what it says, but this is in the back. You can see all the boats that have went. There are not 2 attempts. There were many. Like the Freedom Flotilla has been working for many, many years, and one time they literally did break the siege and were able to bring aid, right? So this is not a thing that just happened. And this actually shows that, a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, 7th of October, they're trying to 7th of October Palestinians, which is so incorrect. It couldn't be more incorrect, right? And this mission, you see it in the back of this t-shirt, and if you research it, it has been going on for years, which shows us that the siege on Gaza has been an ongoing thing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So maybe as a final question, so for the people who want to follow you on your mission, and for us to know what's going to happen next, can you explain a little bit what's going to happen in the next few weeks? When you're going to maybe be in Gaza, and how we can follow you on this trip.
So we will be sailing soon, inshallah, and you can follow me on Instagram. Since the German media won't be talking about that, not the normal, that Germans would watch. But yeah, social media is a really great tool that we have been using for months. It's probably our only tool. And then we have also, journalists that are in solidarity that will be reporting on this as well. So yeah, you can follow my Instagram. I will send updates as much as possible. I mean, we will be on sea for days and weeks probably. So there will be times that I won't have internet, but and then there will be times I will have internet. So I will try to update as much as possible. Also, you can visit freedomflotilla.org. There will be updates about the mission. Also, they have an Instagram account, which can also be visited. These are basically at the moment. But anything else that changes, again, you will see it on social media.
Exactly. And you can also check out our social media to stay updated. We will definitely follow Yasemin closely on her mission. And yeah, from all of us, definitely, and from my heart, good luck to you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We will stay in contact. Thank you so much for everyone who listened. Please follow Yasemin, follow everyone who's involved in breaking the siege. It's really important. Keep Palestinians and everyone in your prayers. And thank you so much for listening. And yeah, talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.